Hello everyone, Jeff and Jay here with another edition of Jay's Big Adventure, Jay's Fuzzy Guy. And today we are in our garage workshop working on our drone because we crashed it. This is exactly why I said I didn't want to have a super expensive drone, because I was just learning how to fly. And we went up into the mountains, a big cottonwood canyon, to do a little bit of flying and get some of the scenery. And had a couple of flights, went really well, got some really cool footage, which you'll be able to see here in a minute. And then when I went to take off at a different location, I did everything exactly like I did all the other times. I turned the drones on, let it sync with the controller, let it find a GPS signal, hit the automatic takeoff button, and the drone flipped over and broke all the propellers and just made a mess. So as you can see, the blades are scuffed up. A couple of the blades are gone. These guys. And of course, the scariest thing about this is that I don't know what happened. I'm not quite sure if the GPS failed or what the story was. We'll put the legs up so we can set this on the top. Regardless of what drone you're flying, one of the things to remember is that two of the propellers are rotating in the opposite direction. So you have two that are going clockwise, two that are going counterclockwise. And they do that because if all four propellers were spinning the same direction, the torque applied by the motors would want to turn the drone. And this is why you have a vertical propeller on the tail of a helicopter to help correct that. What the drones do is they spin two propellers in one direction, two propellers in the other direction, and that counteracts that force. So the blades are not all interchangeable. And on the drone, you can see that there are silver dots here and black dots here. And that is the direction that the propellers spin. So you have to have a full set, or at least a pair of propellers, to be able to repair it in the field, because depending on which one breaks, they're not completely interchangeable. So what we're going to do is try to get these propellers off of here and go from there. The reason I mention this is that just because this propeller may unwind this way, this one is not going to unwind the same direction. That's why this is important. That's why they have arrows that say, okay, locking it is this way, which means to take it off, we've got to spin it the other direction. On this drone, the propeller is attached to a case that then spins. The motor is fixed. It is just this outer casing that spins. So to unwind it, what I'm going to do is get a flat-bladed screwdriver that happens to be the right size. And now the arrow says the blade is tightened counterclockwise. So I'm going to unwind it clockwise. And now that just unscrews. The torque supplied by the motor will always tighten them. So here it says counterclockwise rotation. So if I just put this back on here, that will self-tighten. Now the other blade is going to spin the other direction. And so on these, tightening is clockwise. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. But this says they should go the other direction. And they do. Now tighten is clockwise. And that should be all it takes. Now we're going to do the back pair the same way. This one. That way. Now I'm just going right off the brake. And tighten. So now the real question here is, why did this crash? Is there something wrong with the drone, or was it just a fluke? So now we're going to go up into the canyons again, go for a little flight, and find out. So it looks like we may have gotten away with this. The drone flies fine. The new propellers work like they're supposed to, so we are going to chalk that up to experience and go on from there. We are going to have more aerial footage in the upcoming months, so please watch for that. In the meantime, please like, please share, please subscribe, and we'll have more videos out soon.